Now hear me, this is where God's speaking. Broadway closed, railroads closed, schools closed, hospitals closed. I'm not judging you, God is saying, but I do want some attention because I haven't heard from you in a while. God, help me right now. I haven't heard from you. I blessed you. I gave you that job. I gave you that wife, that husband, that child, and you dissed me, and you played with me, and you haven't read my word, and you haven't tithed. You went on vacation, but you didn't give God the tithe. You went to the cruise, but you did not give God the tithe. You bought the gown and the wig and the weave, and you bought the games, and you bought the golf clubs. God help me, but you did not give God the tithe. You did not pray. You did not seek God's face. And I'm not mad with you. I'm just trying to get your attention. Well, God, if this is the way to get my attention, I want you to know you got my attention right up here and now. I hear you, Lord. Keep on speaking. God is speaking. And because he is speaking, write this down, we need to sit, be still, and take some time for silent reflection. Because God is speaking, we need to sit and be still and take some time for silent reflection. The other day, I was finding myself, Sister McCullough, I was finding myself in my family room. Had the fire crackling and all. Dark. My wife and my daughter in there having girl talk. You got your notes down there, Elder. I want you to do that. They were having, real girl talk. They didn't know that I was there at all. I'm going to leave it alone. And they were talking about all the daughters and women stuff. And then I just sat right there. I was in the family room. Couldn't nobody see me. I didn't move. But boom, and I had a flashlight. They were just walking back and forth, and I just took my flashlight and said, hi. And they screamed, and they jumped. My point is, I found myself sitting in my family room in the stillness. That's what the old folk meant, in the stillness of the midnight. Sacred scenes still unfold. Sometimes you got to stop everything and be still. We are always moving, and I know for myself, and you know, I know that you're going to say, how can I talk? Because I'm always moving, and I know that. But I couldn't move this week. I couldn't watch television. I could half read. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't read by candlelight. I don't know how Abe Lincoln and Ben Franklin, I don't know how they did it. I couldn't read. I couldn't see. I had to feel around for the bathroom. I didn't know what was what. I had a flashlight, but then the batteries died. And then I went to get more batteries, and you could not find a battery anywhere. Do you hear me? Do you hear? All the peanut butter was gone, the jelly was gone, the bread was gone, and the cars were stretched miles. It was almost like Armageddon. And I began to say, God, help your people. I'm a believer. I know how this thing ends. But for those, help me right here, who don't know how this thing ends, it's time to get right with God and do it now. Get right with God, and he will show you how. Down at the cross where he shed his blood, get right with God. I know where I'm going. I know where the end is. I know how the story ends. I know how the chapter ends. But for those that don't, there was massive fright.